Hey everybody, J-Man here for another weekly Women of World Wrestling talk. We're starting a little early this week because right after this stream, we're doing back-to-back streams. Steven and I are both going to be on the Action Elite. So make sure you're subscribed to the Action Elite. The link is in the description of this video plus all my other videos, but I'm going to put it up in the chat right now. So we're going live there in about an hour, and we're going to be talking about I Come in Peace, the Dolph Lundgren mega classic, which I absolutely love. So make sure you're on the Action Elite in about an hour for I Come in Peace. We're going to break it down, talk about it. I wrote a ton of notes on it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And this Friday, I'm just doing free-for-all Fridays. We're doing Monday is going to always be the Legion of Superheroes talk. So this Monday is going to be Legion of Superheroes. Next Monday is going to be Earth B, Bob Haney, and that'll be on Clobberin Times channel. Or is it 2 weeks from now? It's the second Monday of every month, the B Monday. But yeah, so this Friday we're doing a special free-for-all Friday where we're going to be talking about Superman number 164. This is the first appearance of the planet Lexor. And Clobby made this for me, and I've got my typical link, but Phantom Outsider has really been lobbying hard for us to read this. I have not read it yet. I'm going to be reading it probably on Friday, so I'm fresh for the stream. We're going to really break this one down, and it'll be Sean joining me, of course, with Clobberin Times, of course, joining on Free-for-all Friday, and the week after that, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing. We're just going to keep it pretty loose. It'll always be, the Free-for-all Fridays are either going to be a classic comics, it'll be a Transformers comics, and classic comics could be anything. We did a first appearance of Supergirl, we did some Indiana Jones books. It'll just be any comics, but there will also be just specific Transformers comics, so we're definitely looking to complete that. There's going to be some versus battles. We are going to be doing our 80s fantasy female versus, and that's going to be all the B movies like Red Sonja, Barbarian Queen. I think Hundra is going to be in there. So we're going to do all of the 80s fantasy flicks, but it's going to be the females. So we've already done a male version of this. So make sure you check out those streams. Those are great. And it's a new format. It's going to be a tournament style. We're going to pick the movies that we're going to face off against each other. So we're going to do all of that probably in a couple of Fridays. I want to get back on that. Charlie from the Give Me Back My Action / horror movies podcast will be joining us for that. And I think Hungry Boy hopefully will be joining us for those. Again, he was really valuable on the male fantasy 80s fantasy versus movies. So hopefully he can join us for the female version of that. This stream is going to be a bit shorter, so we're going to go a little quicker than we normally do because I do want to finish in time to make it for the Action Elite because I'm really excited to talk about I Come in Peace. So we're gonna get right into it, and I'm going to bring in my co-host. Hey, Steve.
Hey, J-Man.
All right, so so Matt, my buddy Matt here has chimed in. Now you may have noticed Matt giving a plethora of useless comments in other videos that I do. So we want to thank Matt for those completely and utterly useless comments that he's been giving me. Any comment is good. And I I appreciate it, man. All right. And we have Brian, man. Thanks, Brian, for popping in. And we have the ever reliable Stream Elements robot. AI is real and they're watching you and they know what sites you've been on. So clear your history. That's the
that's the message.
That's
message.
Clear your browsing history. All right. Got my notes here ready. Let's do let's go right into SmackDown here. Well, I'll keep the comments open just in case we get anything. SmackDown, we had Charlotte versus Io. Bailey at ringside doing some color commentating. It was pretty fun. And I mean, Charlotte won I mean, like, what is it? Is this supposed to be like? I don't know. This is just a match to have a match, I guess. I don't like. What do you make of it, Steve?
First of all, Bailey's walking around. I thought she tore her ACL, but she seemed to be walking around okay. But granted, I didn't see her run anywhere, so maybe she's okay to walk out, but that's it. But she wasn't limping or anything, which I expected. I guess she was heavily taped. I have no idea, or had a big brace on.
Yeah, she seemed okay. I didn't notice anything, weird or whatever. Like, it seemed like everything was fine. So I don't know.
We'll see if she has a match. Io Sky versus Charlotte. Io still. I struggle with her whenever I see her wrestle.
Yeah, I agree.
Nothing's changed.
Right.
I don't know what her character is. I don't understand what her character is. She shouldn't be. I don't know why she's in that. Like, I think the fans want to cheer her, but she gives them no reason to cheer her, and the fans don't want to boo her, and she rarely gives them reasons to boo her. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with Io Sky.
I don't think her personality is strong enough to be an in-betweener. Like, there's we know that there's the asterisks, like, okay, like the Stone Colds or whatever, where it's just like anything Stone Cold does, they love it, doesn't matter. He can stun a woman, oh, no problem, he's great. He can, he beats up a bad guy, no problem. He beats up a face, no problem. He beats up like Stephanie McMahon, no problem. Like, it doesn't matter. But I don't think Io Sky's there. Like, she is not a character that's that good that she can do that. So It seems like, Brian is saying, seems like the reports were worst case. Glad if Bailey is okay. So we don't know.
I agree. Like, if she tweaks something, that's fine. But torn ACL is like pretty debilitating. So for an athlete, so
yep.
But Io is just like, this match was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any real problems with it, but it meant nothing to me.
Right.
Like you said, it was a match. Like, Charlotte came out. Like, the only thing that happened is Bailey got freaked out because of some Shotzi showed up and she ran away. And I'm like, her theme music didn't hit. She didn't come running out of the crowd all bald.
Right.
Like, it was the weirdest thing. She left because of some clips from a video package.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, agree, Brian. When she does that over the moonsault, they love it. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's Snoresville.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I don't dislike her or anything like that. Her autograph's like right there. So I mean, that's fine. What's going on here? I'm like, I know I'm getting blowed up. My phone's. Did something happen here? Okay, so no. I'm like, I don't know. It's like I just keep seeing, like, anytime I start like, my phone's pretty dead. And then I start a stream, and all of a sudden, it's like a whole shitload of stuff kind of starts coming up. Okay, so yeah, the Shotzi video package came up, and then that was enough to scare her off. We had a Tiffany Stratton kind of just quick appearance. Oh, I'm here. It's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, well, they were in Tampa, which is NXT is in the Orlando, Tampa area, so
I see.
That's why you had all the NXT people there.
Asuka came in for some attacking.
Yeah, Asuka, the fans want to cheer her. She's not a heel. She's supposed to be a heel, but she's not a heel.
Yeah, they're just not going along with that assessment or that thing.
No.
We had Rhea and Dom had a little bit of an interview, and we're the real champ and all that. I mean, that was just I mean, Dominic Mysterio is my favorite male wrestler right now. He's great, but I mean, that was just. So I'm kind of watching Judgment Day ish. If Dom is involved with Rhea, then I'm watching that parts. Then I'm watching those parts. Other parts I'm kind of forwarding a bit.
I'm kind of in and out. Like, here's the thing. I'm in on Finn, and I'm in on Rhea, and I'm out on the other two. And it's not that I dislike the other two. I have two different reasons for disliking. For not disliking, but for not caring.
Right.
With Priest, I'm not interested in him. He has no allure to me. I have no interest in him. He's a big dude. You know, he does some good work. I have no doubt he's solid, but I just don't care. I have no interest in him.
Yeah.
Dominic, he's getting overexposed a bit with Rhea. Like he's on everywhere, all the shows now, and I'm not there. Like his in-ring work is okay. His mic work he has no mic work because I can't hear him because all I hear is deafening blues. So it just doesn't have an allure to me. And the one thing I am getting very, 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 very tired of is Rhea Ripley interfering on every match. It's the same thing. If I see her at ringside, I'm like, all right, she's going to interfere and
Right.
Day's going to win. It's very predictable and kind of getting boring.
Well, well, Dominic's my favorite, so I can't get enough of him. He can be on every show for me. I would like to see him actually win without help because I want him to win.
Yeah.
For me, I'm more of a do I care about the characters versus do I care about the story? Like if it doesn't make sense in the story, but I like the person, then I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's like I want Dom to just win a few for real. Like let him win because I understand it's a heel thing, and he could cheat on his own. Like I want him to win on his own, even if he cheats on it. If he cheats, but he cheats versus Rhea cheating for him. I'm okay with the cheating win, but like Rhea just immediately comes in, hits somebody, and they're like, okay. So that's getting tired.
They haven't really given me any reason to be interested in Dom. He's got a few good moves. He does the 619, and he does the Three Amigos and all that stuff. He does the Michinoku. I think he does a Michinoku driver, stuff like that. But there's nothing to him right now because the whole shtick is that he's far worse than he pretends to be.
Right.
And I'm just over it. I'm done. I want him, to your point, show something. Show me some reason for him to be dangerous. Because right now he's a comedic heel in what you're trying to push as a very serious heel stable.
Right.
And it doesn't work for me. I'm not interested. Like it's real clever, Eddie.
That's right. Yeah, I like Dominic, so I want him to win. So that's good. I like that he's got that belt or whatever, and I love how he's like, "Oh, this belt." He goes, "I'm then international." Because you're just, your belt is trash or whatever. It's like, who cares? It's like I'm international. It's like that's right. Your belt is more. I mean, that's hilarious.
Yep.
Okay, so then Bayley went to the locker room. The scissors were like kind of jabbed into her bag, so that was, I guess, the big scare there.
And it was all cut up. Her bag was all cut up.
That's an expensive bag. No.
Yeah, I mean that's cool if they take this somewhere. Like Shotzi's just unhinged now. Like if it goes that way, because this is the problem WWE has is who goes extreme, right? Like they don't really do that, and it's like okay, but when you have people like I'll give you an example, and we'll talk about this more. What Rhea Ripley did on, first of all, to Raquel Rodriguez and then to Liv Morgan.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
That's pretty much like, if you're going to take it that way, you have to take it all the way. You can't pull it back after that and have Liv be like, I want to beat you in a match. Basically, the next step is Liv Morgan needs to jump Rhea Ripley in the parking lot.
Right.
Hopefully not falling over Blair Davenport while she's there.
Right.
And
hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, so he picked. Oh, yeah, I put a poll up for the triple threat. So far, it's 100% Asuka.
Yeah, it will be Asuka.
Yeah.
But I don't really like, you can't take it that, like, if you're going to make Rhea, and I feel like they're trying to make the fans boo Rhea, which they got, but they don't really want to boo Rhea. This is the problem. The first opportunity to get, they'll cheer. But what I think they wanted that would make them cheer is to have one of the guys finally say enough during one of the matches and just like kick her face off or something done. That will be a problem because then you have a man hitting a woman. But if you keep putting the woman into these situations, I'm not quite sure what you can do because the female competitors are limited, right? Like when AJ and Finn Balor were going after him, they had to convince Liv Morgan to join forces with them.
Right.
I mean, you're gonna if you keep doing this, it has to lead somewhere. Otherwise, this is why I'm sort of mad on the Judgment Day now, because it's the same freaking thing every week.
Yeah, they're just the new Uso, or there's the new.
They're the new NWO, as far as I'm concerned.
Or NWO, yeah.
Like the NWO, you didn't watch an NWO match because guys would just show up halfway through and just beat up guys. I'm like, okay. By the way, we didn't talk about this last week.
Yeah.
How awesome is Brock Lesnar for F5ing Cody Rhodes in front of his mother?
Yeah, that was. I mean, it's like it's so random. Like,
I just
Brock Lesnar is like every other appearance, he's super evil or like a super face. It's like he's never just like a guy. It's always like, oh, I'm a super heel. I despise everything. I'm gonna just destroy you, and then he'll be gone for a bit. He comes back. Oh, yeah, it's Brock. It's like the guy just like F5'd a guy in front of the mom. Like, what happened? Oh, no, that's okay now. It's like,
and I love how Cody's like, I can take that off the bucket list now. Getting beaten up in front of my mother.
Yeah. Whew. Got that one off. All right. That was it for SmackDown. Let's get into Raw. We had Bex versus Zoe. We had the manhandle slam. Bex won. I mean, I don't like when there's ridiculous stipulations that are never going to happen, thus ruining the match. It's like it should have been like, okay, Becky, if you lose, you have to cut your hair, and we know that she had cut her hair before, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, or not like you need to have "Thank you, Trish" tattooed on you. It's like, okay, well, that's literally not going to happen.
No.
So,
no.
I mean, like, why? It's like, okay, now Becky, if you lose this match, you have to give up your daughter for adoption. Like, okay, yeah. it's like a random, and that's not enough. And you have to have your left hand amputated. Like, okay, like, it's just like, and you have to, like, have Seth Rollins transition into a woman. Okay, so Becky's winning this match, right? Like, it's like, don't make it too crazy. Yeah, like, have something that could realistically happen.
Yeah, it was pretty
right. It's like, okay, she has to take a 6 months hiatus, or
she has to go to SmackDown, or she never gets a match against Trish again. Like something. Right. Like, to your point, realistic, not like, you have to go and jump out of an airplane without a parachute now.
Right.
Like, she's not going to do that. Like, what do you
like? Nobody's getting tattoos of other people's names. That's like not happening. Yeah. Thank you. Like, she's gonna sit down for a 2-hour tat, and this is thank you. Like, on her chest.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have to ask J-Man, when are you getting the thank you Trish tattoo?
Oh, I'll get the thank you Trish tattoo when she does something that I could thank her for. Yeah, I know. That laser surgery, my buddy Skullman had that to remove a tattoo. Your skin looks absolutely barf after it's done, and it's very painful. It's lasers burning away the ink. So it's like it's scarring you. It's like literally, it's like burn marks, and then you have to wait for the skin to heal. Then you can get it re-tattooed. All right, so that was that. I mean, we knew that was going to happen. We had the Liv interview. I'm gonna take Rhea Ripley out. Yeah, right.
That worked out well.
Sonya and Chelsea had the little thing. It's like everything revolves around, Rhea Ripley, and then Rhea Ripley comes in and is like, I warned you, Liv and Raquel. So just go through that because it all gets.
Yeah, she showed up and Sonya's like, Rhea, we were just talking about you. You're awesome and all. I'm like, well, you were just talking about her, but wasn't that shit was awesome.
It wasn't exactly the way you're making it out.
Yeah, the way you made it sound.
So then it was Liv and Rhea. So Liv came out and then she just got attacked. Who's she supposed to fight? Sonya or
no, Rhea?
Oh, she's supposed to fight Rhea. Okay. So I didn't even get what was happening there. I'm like, was she supposed to fight Rhea, or did Rhea just lose her mind?
Here's my problem with what happened because of how it worked. Well, first of all, going back to the Zoe Becky match,
Right.
Really good match. Trish Stratus so headbutted Becky, and because of the angle, it didn't look horrible. But if you looked at it, it was really bad. Like Trish put up her hand. You could see her put up her hand, and then she went like that. I'm like, oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. By the way, Trish broke her nose before, and I think she wore the same mask. I've seen her with that mask before. Like
years. Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Anyhow, but it was a good match. Zoe and Becky have chemistry. It was really good. Yep. This was weird. Rhea came out of the ringside area, and she was supposed to fight. So I'm like, was she announced?
Yeah, I did. That's why I was so confused. I thought Liv was supposed to fight someone else, and Rhea just came in and interrupted the match. I was like, oh, I guess there's not going to be a match.
Yeah, I think she was supposed to fight Rhea Ripley, and I'm like, so Rhea was down. The commentator didn't say anything. Liv came down, and she just got annihilated.
Right.
And again, I'm like, okay, so are both Liv and Raquel going to fight her when she comes back? Like, I don't really know what was going on. Like, I would have actually preferred Rhea just destroy her in the ring.
Yeah, just do a normal match and beat her.
Yeah. I didn't quite know why she had to do this vicious attack thing. So
I don't know. Well, Liv got, she was really selling it.
Yeah.
And I actually, anytime Liv gets beat up, I feel really bad. I do. She's the only one. She sells it hard, and she's very cute, and she's like kind of short, and you're just like, oh no, like you're beating up this girl. So it's like that, shame on you, Rhea. But you're still awesome.
Rhea gets beaten up. We're like, oh, Rhea's getting beaten up. Liv gets beaten up, and we're actually like, hey, a girl is getting beaten up.
Yeah, I feel bad for Liv getting beat up.
Liv looks like a girl, and some of them don't.
Yeah, I just feel I can't. I feel bad for Liv getting beat up. Okay, so that was that. And then we had the Alpha Academy with Maxine Dupree.
I love the Academy rules. Like they'll throw you through a chalkboard instead of a shield. That was just funny.
I was like, well, who knows what Viking rules mean? I was like, yeah, I didn't understand what they meant either. Like, I don't think Vikings had actually any kind of rules at all. They just slaughtered anybody. Like,
rules.
I don't think there was like I don't think there was like a big method. Like, it was like they just raided and destroyed people. Like it wasn't like a big, okay, here's what we're gonna do. You 5 whack jobs go on the north side, and us 10. We're gonna. There wasn't a big. It was like we're all crazy. We're all insane. We're just gonna slaughter and rape anything within our pathway.
It's the Duchess of Queensberry rules. I'm like, I didn't quite understand this. Yeah.
I caught that. That was very funny.
That too. I thought
that was funny.
Well, it shows you how popular. Like this, I haven't seen something like this in a while. With like these 2 movies, like everyone's talking about them. It's crazy. But anyhow.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get involved in that one. No. Yeah. So Maxine. Oh my gosh. Maxine, she's going one-on-one with Val. Everyone's like, no, go one-on-one with me.
Yes.
So we'll see that. We'll see how good she is because she's pretty rusty, right? Like she's pretty.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a horrible match, but I probably will watch it with a smile on my face regardless.
Yeah. Then we had Shayna do an interview. It's like SummerSlam, there's going to be a fight. Ronda accepted that.
Shayna gave a fiery face interview, and I was like, it's still weird, Shayna and face. Like, it's just weird to me because Shayna does not naturally come off like a face. It's not quite as bad as Charlotte Flair, but it's kind of bad.
Well, let's see. I'm willing to embrace this kind of face turn or whatever. Like if it like, I like Shayna. Let's see. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel bad in the sense that it's a little bit accurate. Like they're both fighters, they're both friends, and I do like that they both like each other in real life, so they can really do this. And I do admire Ronda saying, "Look, I'm out of here. Why don't my last act? I'll try to get you over and really like push this, and let's see what happens." So I do like that, and Shayna's going to win, obviously.
Yeah.
So hopefully that turns out good because I'm willing to. I like the Queen of Spades thing. I like I mean, Shayna's pretty badass, so hopefully she can do something. We had a Becky interview. She's the big Tampa, whatever it is. She's like, it ain't over till I win. I like that line.
Yeah.
I mean, Becky's just the best.
Becky is the best because she's the best character. And this is why they need to do Becky versus Rhea sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can feed her Raquel and Liv and all these people, but until it's Becky, it's not going to matter.
Right. Yeah, that's true. All right. So were you able to see any of NXT or no?
Some of it. Like, I saw some of the highlights and I watched some of the interviews. I don't know if I caught everything, but I caught as much as I could.
Okay, so we had Rhea come on just saying, "Oh, we're the best champs," blah blah. So that's pretty whatever. Lyra came out saying, "Oh, I'm going to prove myself to Rhea," and then we'll get to that. Tiffany had a promo video. She's like, "I'm hotter." I'm like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agreed with all of it she said. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, "I'm going to save us from Thea Hale being champion." I'm like,
oh, I felt bad for that.
Yeah, I'm like, I kind of like Thea Hale. I don't know if I like her as champion, but I like her enough.
Yeah, I don't know if I like her as champion either.
Yeah.
All right, so we had Dana with Kehlani in her corner versus Cora in that kendo stick match, which was just basically who can smash as many sticks over you. Are these like?
God.
How hard are they? Like, I mean,
no idea.
Cora
I don't
Jade,
want to find out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like Cora Jade is a very small person.
Yes.
She's like a Liv Morgan. She's very cute.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and I know she's supposed to be mean, but look, she's not mean. And I'm just like, I'm just seeing this little girl get smashed with kendo sticks for like 10 minutes.
Wailing. And from the pink kendo stick, I was like, wow. I was like, Cora Jade is earning her pay tonight, man.
Oh, hold on. Check this out. Joe's got the scoop here. Dom and Mommy gave NXT another good ratings report. Nice. I it's never getting old for me. Dominic Mysterio, and they're like, shave the or get a haircut, or what were they saying, or shave the mullet? Do not shave the mullet. I will be super disappointed if that happens. I'm praying for a Dominic Mysterio figure of him right now, so I can get, and it needs to have the mullet. If the mullet is not there, I will actually be upset. I will have a funeral for the mullet if it goes. I know I will be legit angry. I'm a bit. Look. I'm an arts person, even though I took all the sciences in school. I converted to arts. I'm an arts person. Looks matter to me, both men and women. In like I'm looking at characters. Dominic is awesome right now. I love the shirt. I like when he has the plaid shirt in it. I like when there's the one button and it opens up. That's great. I don't like the white boots with the black. It's a little weird. So I did like when he had the purple. Yeah. Rhea, whenever Rhea is doing her, just like if she's wearing jeans and she's got her hair like, oh, she's awesome. I'm like, yeah, this looks really good. I really like that. Liv's outfit is good. I like seeing
it. Generally very good. Like, Rhea, the problem with Rhea is that I've seen Rhea much prettier. I have.
Right.
I guess that, Eddie. Yeah. Like, I've seen Rhea much prettier.
Like, as Rhea, or as like when she was blonde and all that?
As before, like before. I know when she did the heel turn, she wanted to do a new look for a heel.
Right.
But I love the blonde, or even the white brown hair Rhea. I don't care about black haired Rhea.
Right. So yeah, but that's It'd be interesting if she had longer hair with the black. Yeah. That would be interesting to see what. Well,
she's growing it out. You notice?
Yeah, I did notice that.
But I'm not. Rhea best is blonde or brown. If they want to go off the blonde to give her a different look, do like a darker brown.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been fine, but I'm not vibing black-haired Rhea. Anyhow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dana, Cora. I mean, they just kicked the shit. They just beat the.
I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to say this a little bit more, and I know why they did this. I'm not a huge fan of having non-developmental talent in NXT. If you're sending someone back down because you're repackaging them or something like they're doing with Baron Corbin, that's
Right.
okay. But Dana Brooke is still the blonde, gymnastic, ultra athletic person.
Yeah, so you didn't do anything to change her around at all.
Yeah. And she's already been in NXT once. I don't get it. I don't think Dana Brooke should go over someone who has more potential, who is Cora Jade.
Joe just said that while you were talking. Dana Brooke versus Jade, good hardcore match, but nobody in the roster should be losing Dana. I agree. Dana's done. She's 100%. Not going anywhere. Cora Jade's one of my friggin' favorites. I think she's super cute. I like her outfit. I like her attitude. I like coming in with the, she's awesome. She's just like total package for me. Like her and Tiffany are both awesome in NXT. I'm waiting for Nikita to come back. Come on. But like I like Cora. I think Tiffany, Cora Jade are my top two there. And I like Saul Ruka and all that, but that's just because they're entertaining to kind of watch.
Yeah. If we're serious about what the potential,
right? That's what I'm saying.
Up there. Cora Jade is up there, right? Because
she's awesome,
has that mean girl, NXT's resident mean girl. She does the thing where she laughs and points. Yeah. And she just seems to have more awareness of how the character should operate in the ring.
Yeah, and I got her.
Dana Brooke should not be. She had her shot. She's in her 30s now.
Yeah,
she should be an enhancement talent, like enhancing, putting over, and helping the other people get over. A lot like what Natalia's
done. Yeah,
she should not be going over Cora Jade.
100%. Yeah, AJ Lee.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, like I know. I like the. I actually have nothing against Dana Brooke at all. No. She's fine. I liked her teaming up with that Kalani and saying, "Okay, I'm gonna try to help you out." That's fine.
Yeah.
That was a fine thing. This Kalani, maybe she could do something really good, right? She's got a good look. Like she looks good. She's got some athleticism. They could do something with that.
Make them a tag team. Make them go after the women's tag belts.
Do that. Where's the witches? I mean, they're like friggin' MIA, like LA Knight, friggin' MIA. Brooke has been on us for like 7 or 8 years. Yeah. It's not going to happen.
100%.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. But yeah, they just beat the crap out of each other. It was like, whoa! Like I didn't think it was going to be that crazy.
Hardcore. Like
yeah.
Well, it's good to remind. Again, it's good to remind. I don't need the best and everything, but it's good to remind us that this is supposed to be, an actual like a physical altercation. It's Edge once said to Matt about Matt Hardy, "What I'm going to do to you is legalized assault," and I'm like, right.
That's a great line.
Yeah. And that was when Matt Hardy was like, when he came back and this whole thing over Lita. But that's what it should be. Like, if you're going to invest us in, like, if Rhea Ripley's going to go and take a chair and destroy little girls with it, then I expect, like, one of the big things WWE didn't do, and this is where I'm leading to this. There was this Mickie James. There was
Mickie James,
Undertaker's wife, and her partner. And they were way cool, right? It's Michelle McCool and Layla. Mm-hmm. And they made fun of Mickie James, called her Piggy James, all this stuff. And they never really got their comeuppance. And even Michelle McCool and Layla were like, this is not right. If we're going like this far, you need the payoff.
Right.
And they never got it. And I was like, yeah, when I heard about that, like I didn't really watch it, but I went back and watched a little bit of it. And I'm like, yeah, you need that. If you're going to have big, tough Rhea Ripley pounding on little, vulnerable Liv Morgan, you need a comeuppance on that. You need some sort of payoff. And this has been
just like Jean Grey. She incinerated everybody when she was Dark Phoenix, and editors literally came in and said, "Yeah, there needs to be consequences." And they're like, "Well, what do you want us to do? Kill Jean Grey?" And they're like, "Yeah, do that then." And then she died from that. Right? That's the famous Dark Phoenix saga.
Well, that's why I love World War Hulk. It was just literally the Hulk beating up everyone involved with Civil War.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, and we don't like Civil War, so Hulk beating everybody up on it. Should have beat up the writers too.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, where's Johnny Gargano's wife? I don't know where she is.
So I assume she's with Indy Hartwell fighting on Saturday Night Main Event or whatever the hell it is. Like,
yeah, Indy Hartwell. We're gonna send you up to the big leagues, and then you're gonna disappear. This is like when my mom told me that they're sending my pet dog to that farm. I never saw him again. It was so weird. I hope he lived out his life, you know, in a great. I never had a pet. I'm just joking. Then we had Roxanne and Blair Davenport fighting in a convenience store. Like, I think I would have continued shopping. Like, excuse me, you know, I'm trying to get the milk here. It's like, can't you see what happened to fight? Yeah, but I need milk. So it was like there's a TV. I don't know if you ever watched. You've seen Sledgehammer, the TV show, right?
Yeah.
And when in the first episode where they go in and he shoots those guys in the convenience store, and they're like, "Detective Sledgehammer, is what you did in the convenience store absolutely necessary?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, I was completely out of milk." And they're like, "No, we meant shooting the robbers." He's like, "Oh, yeah, no, that was definitely needed."
I love fighting in public areas. Like the parking lot,
it is great.
Parking lot's good, but like if you can take it to a convenience store or somewhere like where someone like where there's actually could be people, it's just awesome. I remember it was Booker T and I think it was Booker T and Stone Cold in the convenience store, and I think like Austin threw Booker T into the freezer or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're trying to put her in that freezer. It's like, isn't there like the ones I go to, they're filled with like ice cream. Like, how are you going to get someone in there?
Vegetables and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, yeah.
Well, all right. And then we had Lash Legends and that Heritage Cup thing. I don't even know what that was. I kind of just I like Lash Legends talking.
Yeah.
I just like her talking, but I don't even know what's going on. So I kind of half paid attention to that, to be honest. So we don't really know what's going on. We had the montage for Thea getting her training in.
Listen, everyone, J-Man loves montages. Okay?
I do love montages.
One of his favorite things in life. Yeah. And as soon as I saw Thea Hale had a montage, I'm like, J-Man was all over this thing. And it's like testimonials and stuff. It's like, I remember when Thea came here, she had to be driven. She wasn't old enough to drive. I'm like, what is happening?
What is this? And it's like going through, it's like, but Chase University isn't real. Like, I like when it's like, oh, she came in. I'm like, but no, she didn't. Like, I like that. Chase U is great. I like that she had the black. I like that she didn't have the rest of the black with the U. That was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Thea Hale is just great. Poison Pixie, we haven't seen her in ages. Liv is popular, but still, no, she's not gonna win.
I agree with that.
Rasher fighting No, I know. It's like, oh, look, it's two women beating the living crap out of each other. And like Roxanne Perez looked good. She had her little tight jeans on. I was like, okay, this is just like,
how did this encounter come about?
It's so random.
Like they were just.
She's like watching Blair.
Convenience store
and I like how that Blair's like on her phone saying, "Oh, I'm in a convenience shop," and then she's like, "Oh yeah," and she took over the big live feed, and it's like, oh, okay. I don't know,
but I love the montage to Hale and Duke Hudson crediting himself for all of Thea's success is amazing.
Yeah, and then he's in the back like going. Yeah, no, the three of them are really fun. They're very goofy but they're goofy fun. She ain't gonna be going over Tiffany, that's for damn sure. There's no way she's beating Tiffany. But that's okay. She's early enough that this won't matter too much. Like it won't be like, oh, now she's tarnished and can't go on or whatever. All right, Rhea, final thing of the day. What's the time? Okay, let's do this one, and then we're gonna get ready for the Action Elites stream. I just want to thank my Patreons because I do have people signed up for Patreon. I really appreciate it, guys. That's awesome. YouTube, everyone knows they kind of messed me around and really jerked me around for 11 years of this garbage. So I went to Patreon. And I really appreciate that. So if anyone is watching this later on, and if you do want to support the channel, the Patreon link is in the description of this video, plus my other videos, plus it's also in the chat right now as well. And while I'm there, I'm going to also put Steve's website on there as well, so you guys can go. That is also, the link is also in the description.
And I've actually added to my website. I've added a
nice
area now because my dad published his book. So I have his book there. I have J-Man and his latest book, The Team Merchant. I have J-Man's wife there.
Oh, nice.
And all of her poetry, right?
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
All that. And I got links to the offer pages for both J-Man and for his wife. And then our good friend Ed from the Action Elite. And then a girl I helped edit her book.
I've got his. I believe if you go through my links too, you should be able to find a lot of. I've got those links separately in the description of the video, so you can see. They're all broken down, so you guys can go through that. If you're watching this later, it'll still be there. The chat should still be there if you're watching this later as well. We get a lot of views after the fact on these streams. Yeah. So if you're watching it on a replay, whatever, the links are there. We appreciate your support. If not, that's cool. We're still doing the live streams. We're not stopping the live streams. We're still doing the live streams at least three times a week. We might add again. We might add some more here and there. All right. So let's talk about Rhea versus Lyra. I still like Lyra. She's kind of cool. Yeah. Her boots weren't annoying me as much. You know why? Because they made them all black and it wasn't that two-tone.
Yeah.
So it actually works better when it's all black, but they're still a little bit weird. But I liked where she did the thing and she hit Dom. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
There's some fun moments on it. Ultimately, I mean, she's not going to beat Rhea Ripley.
She gave Rhea a run for her money.
She did.
She looked the closest to being Rhea in recent history. Like, it's gotten to a point now where Liv has mentioned, like, I'm the last person to beat Rhea Ripley. And I'm like, yeah, that's true.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was actually awesome.
I mean, Lyra looked good. My problem, and I get it that like Rhea is super popular and Dom is super popular and people want to watch them. Yeah. I just do not fundamentally think, unless you serve a purpose, you need to be in NXT. I get that even though she beat Lyra, she sort of put Lyra over. But I honestly believe you need to give more time to the females.
The NXT.
Yeah, the NXT people. Like,
I agree with you on that. As much as I love Dom and all that, and Rhea, you don't need to have them now on NXT. Like, it's okay that they're going around making their rounds, but NXT really, like, that should be for people that need to be pushed. Like, you could have easily had some other match. You could have had a Roxanne thing on there or whatever. Like, you could have furthered that storyline. I know they had the convenience store thing, but I mean, we all know that's rubbish crap, right? Yeah. So, like, it should happen in the ring or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know why you need to be here, but
yeah, it's just not needed to me. I don't think you really need. Lyra has been getting over naturally. I don't think you really need to push her anymore. I would like to see, Fallon Henley I haven't seen her in a while. What's going on with her? Let's, JC Jane. Let's get Gigi Dolan. Like, you got enough female talent there that, Kalani Jordan should get some more time. Danny Palmer needs some more time. You brought these ladies up.
Yeah, like, I haven't seen her in a while.
Give them the practice because it's a minor. So NXT is basically the minor leagues of the WWE. Okay, if I'm thinking of any other sport, and this thing is a false sport, right? It's a fake sport, but it's still constructed as a sport hierarchy. Prospects go up and they go into the minor leagues and they prove themselves ready for the major leagues or the main roster, as they call them, SmackDown, Raw. If you don't give them the time, and the one thing I'm starting to dislike is that they're taking too long to get to the main roster. So I'll give you an example. Raquel Rodriguez was around. She's now in her 30s. Zoe Stark is getting up into is starting to get into her 30s. When we were watching it, back in the day, girls could be there in their 20s. Now they didn't have much of a women's division,
right?
Yes. The frog splash, definitely. Joe, 100%. Get rid of the reverse kick as a finisher.
That's a good one. Good idea. Good idea.
But like,
yeah, they're lingering in NXT forever,
right?
And then they get to the main roster, and they're already like
in
kind of.
How much time do they have? Do they have
right.
5 years, maybe? Like,
yeah, I know you're right.
Nonsense. Like, if they're get them up younger.
Yeah.
But this is again where I've complained about this, and I'm going to complain about it one and another. Again, the rosters are too big. People are missing for ages. I like J-Man's idea. Make SmackDown all women. Make Raw all men. And if the women aren't going to be wrestlers, if they're just going to be valets like Miss Elizabeth, there's nothing wrong with that. You can have them on Raw.
Right.
But I'm so sick and tired of Rhea Ripley being in half the men's matches.
Yeah, she's the only one that they have because they're not pumping anyone. It's weird. It's like they want to use their main talent.
Yeah.
But then they start overusing their main talent, and you're not going to have another main talent because you're not promoting anyone else.
Exactly.
So it's a balance. It's like, yeah, we need to see Rhea beat up people.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but we saw that this week. So Fallon is awesome. Where is she?
Yeah.
No Gigi now, no JC Jane. What the hell happened with those two?
Yeah.
I forgot that Danny Palmer. Who's that? She may as well go home. Who is this person? We haven't seen her forever. It's like, where are these people? Are they all legitimately like? I don't know how many legitimate injuries there are that they're all out, but like, it's like, where is anyone else? And if you're gonna have someone running NXT, then it has to be Tiffany Stratton running it. Like, why is Rhea like? Tiffany should have almost had a thing with Rhea. It's like, oh, sorry, Rhea, you might be the big bitch in thingy, but I'm the big bitch here. What are you doing? That would have been an interesting little altercation. You have like a Barbie doll girl versus like a goth queen or whatever.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's take a look at this, and we're gonna have to get going.
Yeah, they probably.
Yeah,
do.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. All right, well, that's pretty much it. Let's take a look at the poll. It's 100% Asuka, so everybody voted for Asuka, which we kind of knew that was going to be.
I would have voted for Asuka.
Right. So, all right, guys, we're going to end it off there. So in about 10 minutes, we're going to be on the Action Elite. So head over there. The link was in the chat. It's also in the description. We're going to be talking about I Come in Peace. Dolph Lundgren. It's probably one of his best movies. I would say there's 4 top for me: Punisher, He-Man, I Come in Peace, Red Scorpion. That's my top 4 for Dolph. Not counting Rocky, because I don't count that as a Dolph Lundgren movie. Obviously, no. Rocky is the best. But so check us out on there. That is it, guys. So 1 week from today, we will be back. I'm not sure when. Action Elite looks like it might be getting more into a regular stream again. If so, we'll be doing the 7 p.m. slot. If not, we'll be doing the 8 p.m. slot. Woo, it's Wednesdays are wacky Wednesdays. But I want to thank everybody who was in the chat today. Thank all the patrons. You guys are awesome. And we will see you next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.